Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another Lightning Collection unboxing. Here we go, here is basically the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Trini and the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger Jason. This is a very early release, so yeah, let's open it up. So this is the brand new packaging that they've done. This is something that I didn't think that we'd get. I thought maybe we can keep with new stuff, but let's just open it. So we can see here we have the lovely renders of 3D. I think this comes with closed blade blasters, so I don't know why they've got them open, but we can see that here's Trini, here is Thingy. Box is pretty basic there. On the back, all it is basically a 3D render. We can see that the two figures are there with weapons. So again, closed blade blasters, which is really, really nice. They're there. At the top is pretty much nothing, and at the bottom is pretty much nothing. So let's open up this set and have a look inside. This is inside right now. I opened it and it was upside down. Really weird, but we can see that there is Jason, there is Trini, there's some extra stuff, there is the thing, and you don't really kind of get much in this. I generally thought you'd get a lot more, but it just seems like here are the accessories and that's it. So yeah, that is very weird. That's very, very weird. Well, Hasbro. This is literally Jason straight out the box. And can we tell what's wrong with Jason? Like, why is this figure, after such a long time, like this? Why is he lopsided to one? Yeah. This is not good whatsoever, and he looks really weird as well. So even holding that there, again, shouldn't be like this. If you compare it to any other figure, it shouldn't be that easy to drop him. So notice how holding this one shouldn't be the same. He should be like that. There is the proper way to have the joint. Not like that. That to me is a horrible, horrible thing to actually have with this figure. And it's not the first one, but seeing this has really, really put me off this. So these are all the accessories. Hopefully they're all in shot. So we have the two helmets, two hands, which are bigger, obviously for Jason, and smaller for Trini. We've got the power sword, we've got the bent power daggers. We've got the blade blaster in blade mode. We've got it in closed mode. We've got it in open mode, and we've got the two visual effects to go with it. And here is Trini. I've got to admit, I kind of really like her in the red outfit. I think it looks really cool. Just seeing how the figure is, it kind of looks like one of my friends, but I do like the fact that you don't get it straight with Ranger helmet. It's like, hey, here are the figures and stuff like that. So the face looks really, really nice. It looks really clean, it looks really crisp, and it looks very much like the one from the comic book from what I remember. You know, I generally like the arms. Like the arms do look a little bit off here, but for what it is, I think it's okay. I can't really zoom way too in on the belt buckle, but if you can see it, it actually has the Tyrannosaurus coin, which I think is a really nice touch. The boots are exactly the same as what we've seen. It looks like they've been cleaned up because at times we've seen this move across and it's not been the best for what it is, but I'm generally kind of happy. We're going to look at it in a moment. The back of the boots look clean. This is what I like. This is what I think all the Mighty Morphin figures should have. And I generally am actually quite happy with it. I like the joints. Again, they're very similar to the Fig Arts range. Again, not too bad for what it is, but yeah, it's a nice clean sculpt and a clean figure at the end. The back is fine. I do not have any kind of qualms about it. I do like it. It looks a really nice figure. And I know that it's not much detail and it's just literally effectively two colors, but from the stuff that we've seen in the past, it overlaps. So I will give them like kudos and props for actually painting it. Even the kind of the diamonds on the arms or on the cuffs are absolutely fine. The back of the hair is absolutely fine as well. I would probably say if there's any problems, that the top of the helmet here, or the head, the hair, is badly painted. It's scuffed. It's got a bit of a problem. It's not too bad. You can probably go over it with a Gundam marker or a black pen and it would absolutely be fine, but you kind of think that it would be checked. It's not a huge thing. The next one is Jason and the problems with him. And here's Jason. Jason to me looks way off, and this is definitely not what I would expect because we know what Jason looks like in the comics as well as the TV series. Straight off the bat, Jason doesn't look like Jason to me. We know that he's got black hair. As far as I remember, that he has black hair, and all the other figures have had the same. But to me, when looking at Jason, he looks really red-faced, like they've got the wrong color for him. I really don't like it, and it feels like when you compare it to Trini, she looked absolutely fine. But when you look at Jason, he just looks really bad. Like this is a quick pull of a mold, and they've not let the color sit correctly. Apart from that, the body is fine. You know, obviously it's just a repainted figure of the rest, but from when you look at it, I think he looks absolutely fine. It's a really nice figure for what it is, but from what I've just pulled out of the box, I think it's not even worth it. Again, it's a very simple, clean cut. Paint job is absolutely fine, apart from maybe on this cuff, which we may see in a bit, but you know, the rest of it isn't too bad. The coin, which you can't really see at the moment, has the saber-toothed tiger. And you know, it's nice that they've actually put this in there. They've not just kind of left it. So yeah, it's okay, but is what I'm coming up with. Very similar on the back. It looks absolutely fine. I don't know if we can see, you know, just here, like this is what I'm talking about. The things are the diamonds are leading into each other. There's a bit of like kind of right there, which again probably won't come up on camera, but it looks like it's just been pulled really quickly from the mold. At the back, I don't like the color blending in on his hair. I feel like this should have been properly painted, and it's the wrong color in my eyes. Now, I don't know if they've gone for comic accuracy on the head, but I just don't think his face, it looks way too plastic. When you compare it to Trini's, as we may do in a bit, it looks a bit more, Trini looks more human than Jason. Jason looks like he's just been running and he's sweaty all over, which is not a good thing. From different angles, I can see that it looks a little bit like him, but it's kind of Stress test time for it. Let's see the articulation. The feet move okay. Like again, this is what I'd imagine the figure to be. That was a little bit loose, but not major. You know, legs bend around quite easily, so it's nice not to have the dump, dump, dump thing that you have. You know, you can just feel it as you move around. Legs go fine. So you think that this would be but more so that she could move forward, but I would put more in the chest so she can move forward properly, but it's kind of really restrictive. Arms move up okay, looks fine, but I think it needs to be a bit more. Moves down now. I'm not really a big fan of this, but I do, to be fair, I do kind of like the joints. Like it's very, again, more to the like fig arts and stuff like that, so I'm okay. So the body can twist about, and then let's move the head around, which again is absolutely fine, and things look okay for what it is. Hands turn around. Yeah, so there you go. We're going to look at Jason next. It's going to be really interesting because pretty much most of the figure, as we know, is bad. So the leg is way too easily to bend. This leg is a bit like that, so it's a lot harder. Main body is ridiculously way too loose in my eyes. Like even that there, like the arm feels like it's going to come off. This is a defective figure, and it's really frustrating since it's quite an expensive one, and obviously prices are going up for these figures, but I just think this is a really bad figure. His head turns around. I'm now, see, even there, everything for this figure, like literally, that's where it's going to be. But if you just watch it, you just turn it around, all of it goes. I'm expecting this to come straight off and break in the peg, which shows that this figure hasn't been quality controlled, tested, hasn't been looked at, and I don't know how many are out there. But yeah, this is not a good figure. Let's try the head swap. You know, let's see what happens. This is when we find out that Trini is the one that breaks. This is what Trini looks like when trying to add this in. This to me is not good because there's no clunk. It feels like the helmet is alien. and I really, really don't like this. This to me is a really bad one, and yeah, just looks really, really bad. So I thought that you'd have to put a lot of pressure on this, but again, this just makes me not really want the two figures. So just literally that has come out, and that really has annoyed me. Now it's obviously easy enough to put in, but that to me just shows that that could come off at any point and will make it really bad. So I'm glad I caught that on camera. So let's take his head off. So you can see that this here is the main part for it. So I was expecting it to kind of break. So for this, you really have to really push that down. And like even like the whole like turning the head just turns the figure. It's really off-putting to me. I just don't think this is worth the money. And especially I think that maybe this was brought out quite quickly, which I think is one of the worst things, because they haven't properly gone through this, like just get it out the door type thing. So, but adding it looks cool in all. It looks what I wanted, you know, from, you know, a male Yellow Ranger. But there's just so many problems with this already, and I'm not happy with it whatsoever. The power sword is pretty much, I'm guessing, just like all the others. It's fine. You've got detail, you've got the black head, and then that's absolutely fine. This is when the power daggers. This is 1. This is 2. Slightly bent. Slightly bent. Not gonna lie, so it's not really bothering me, but you can't think that they would easily have sorted this out and made sure that they're all the same. 1 blade blaster closed. 2nd blade blaster closed. Exactly the same as what it is. Blade mode on one side. So a little bit of paint issues, not a huge amount. And then here we go. Blade blaster prop, or properly, should I say. Again, looks absolutely fine. No problems there. 2 sets of hands for Jason. 2 sets of hands for Trini. Lightning effect for the power sword. And then standard things that we attach to the things. And that's it. I wouldn't count the heads as accessories, because these are the ones on there. It's mainly the helmets, which we can see. And again, alien right like that. And there we go. So my main thoughts on this is that it's not even worth the money. One problem that we saw, that the arm keeps now falling off, so it makes it very hard to pose. This figure to me, or this double pack is not worth it. I feel like if you're going to pick it up, leave it. Like, that's the impression that I get. And I love these figures. I love the Lightning Collection, but I will call Hasbro out when they make a really bad product. This to me is a bad product. I feel like they rushed this out just to get it to everyone. Now, this isn't out as the time of recording of this video and the upload. As far as I know, this has not been released to America. And I feel like this should not be done until it's gone over every single figure. Main problem is, now that the joints are too loose, that even Trini was having trouble even like standing up. Jason just wouldn't stand up, and you have to have him kind of cocked to one sort of side. But this figure, both of these are not worth it, especially for the price that you paid. I paid, I think, just over £40, maybe, no, £50. I think it was $49.99. But are these figures not worth it? No, this would literally be 30 quid. That's exactly how much I would pay for it. So I'm a bit annoyed and a bit angry about it. But hey, I'm going to contact Hasbro and I'll give everyone an update on this. But yeah, Hasbro needs to sort this out, and they need to start really going over these figures and not just sending out subpar. Because if I was under a lot of stress, if I hated this would make me just go, I'm done, because I don't trust their quality control, and it's getting out of hand. You know, they're a big corporation. They need to be looking into this. This needs to be sorted. If they have too many, not many people out there, hire more people to go over the quality control, because they could just get loads of these sent back, and that's what annoys me. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you later.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。